In December 2024, Naughty Dog unveiled Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet, a game set to redefine science fiction narratives. However, the reveal ignited a storm of controversy centered not on its gameplay or story, but on the appearance of its lead character. The protagonist, Jordan, an Asian woman with a shaved head, was met with immediate backlash. Critics labeled the design as unappealing and forced diversity, with some prominent voices in the gaming community predicting the game's failure due to its lead character's appearance.
If you try to make a character that doesn't appeal to the main audience of the genre that you're designing a game in, you're going to have that game not do well.
Why do we recoil from the unfamiliar? Human psychology is deeply influenced by the brain's response to novelty. The amygdala, responsible for processing fear and emotional reactions, becomes activated when we encounter something that feels out of place or threatening to our expectations. This can result in discomfort even in a fictional context, like video games. The discomfort felt by many players isn't solely about aesthetics. It's about something deeper. We are wired to feel more comfortable with what we recognize, and when that recognition isn't present, our brains often default to judgment. In this case, the shaved head, a departure from the usual convention of traditionally feminine or neutral characters in gaming, triggers an automatic response. The backlash to Intergalactic is not an isolated case. In fact, the same studio that created this controversial character, Naughty Dog, faced similar outrage with The Last of Us Part 2. In 2020, the death of Joel, a beloved character, and the introduction of Abby, a physically strong and muscular woman, challenged the expectations of gamers. Many fans rejected Abby at first, seeing her as a threat to the narrative they loved.
How you kill a beloved character is important, especially if that character is the main character that people care about. Nobody cares about Abby!
Yet, just as with The Last of Us Part 2, time and deeper engagement with the narrative may change the perception of Intergalactic.
I recently went through Last of Us Part 2 again, and now that I kind of know what to expect by playing as Abby for like half the game, I think it made it a lot easier to get through. I love that game. It's really, really good. They didn't like strong women. They don't like a lesbian relationship.
The same creative minds that pushed boundaries in TLOU 2 are now telling a story in Intergalactic. Both games challenge traditional roles and invite us to rethink our biases, not just against characters, but against stories themselves. In the end, as The Last of Us Part 2 demonstrated, the initial discomfort that arises from confronting the unfamiliar may eventually give way to a deeper appreciation.
Last of Us Part 2 is actually a really good game. People just hated on it because their favorite character died and or didn't like that the protagonists were strong women.
Critics of Intergalactic may not be aware that the game offers extensive character customization, allowing players to tailor their protagonist's appearance like every other game. What more can you ask? Premature judgments based on initial trailers overlook these features, highlighting a broader issue of snap judgments in digital media. As the gaming industry evolves, so too should our perceptions. Embracing diverse narratives and protagonists enriches the gaming experience, fostering empathy and broadening perspectives. It's not about the familiarity of the character, but the journey they undertake. Let's venture into the unknown with open minds and hearts.